It's so pretty out here.
It's beautiful. It definitely feels like spring fall right now. Like it's beautiful and fall-y, but it's almost like spring weather.
I don't think it's like spring weather. I think it's fall weather.
It's like 70 degrees. I guess that's true.
It's fall weather.
The last few years, we've just gone straight into winter. And so
That's
we're
true.
actually getting fall for a change.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It's Kyle and Shannon. As you can tell, we are back here on our trail. In fact, this is where we came back, did all the brush cutting up there. And so we are at the back of the property, not with the animals right at the moment.
They're coming though, don't worry.
Yeah, and they let us know that they're down there and they really want us to come there. But as you guys know, if you follow my dad's channel over at Grandpa Doss Farms, Chad's channel over at Doss Farms, what a week we had.
A very full and exhausting week, guys.
Yeah, and I mentioned it in our last video that, you know, we were just like, guys, it's just been a week, but obviously it wasn't our story to share, what happened to Chad and Ray and the family, and of course Dad with the loss of Batman. And if you do watch my dad's channel and our channel, you know that we have a mildly, overly massive, what's the word? Heart for animals.
Compassion for animals.
We take things very emotionally.
Yeah.
But we're trying to learn to be, you know, realistic with it. So you guys know we were dealing with Harry's illness and getting him back to health, and at this very same time, Batman came down with his. Similar but different problems, and ultimately they're goats, and so they both were suffering from goat issues. And as you know, Batman didn't make it. I think the side of the story that, you know, has kind of been tough for us is that we were a big part of it. You know, Dad called and we were filming and we were like, hey, I got to finish filming, and ran over there with the trailer, the critter getter, and we got him to the vet. Then it happened again. Was it the following day?
The following day or 2 days later?
2 days later. And, you know, I went with Dad and was just trying to be there for him, be there for Batman, and spent 3 or 4 hours at the vet, you know, doing a lot of different stuff. And I know Dad was really strong in this video, and I'm proud of him, but I also know that he's very emotional about it. He misses Batman, but, you know, we can just celebrate the great times we had with Batman and think of those wonderful memories, and he was loved by so many. He lived a wonderful life. However, when he died, my mom texted Shannon and I, and I dropped everything. I said, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. We've got way more space out here than they have. And I said, I will come get him. You tell Dad to just do whatever he's got to do. And I went out there and got him and brought him back here. And Shannon and I had our first experience having to bury an animal or a pet,
which was really tough, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. That was super tough.
Well, and it took a big hole. You know, Batman was a big guy.
He was.
And the bucket on my tractor is not really a digging bucket, but we were out here probably about 2 hours. Shannon came out on the four-wheeler. I had the tractor back here, and we prepared him a burial site and tried to drive the tractor through the tears, and it was good, right?
It was good.
I'm up on this rut and you're down there.
I know, but I have to look down to watch where I'm walking because otherwise I'll be on my face.
Yeah. So guys, I'm not showing you this. You know, there's nothing, you're not about to see anything real bad. I will tell Dad not to watch our video until he's ready. But back here where we brush hogged at the back of our property, so beautiful back here. It's peaceful. And we come back here and enjoy our sunsets. So we thought, what better a place to bring Batman to rest. And so this is Batman's burial site, and he's gonna lay out here and see every sunset.
Every sunset.
Every sunset.
Yep.
So all the emotions we were going through with Harry, and then Batman, and then what happened with Chad, I think my mom and Dad talked about this in their rock and talk, but you know, it puts things in perspective. The things that you let bring you down or, you know, give you anxiety or stress or whatever. I apologize, the highway's right there, it's a little loud.
And it's a little windy.
And it's windy. But, you know, it just kind of helps you know the things in life that are really meaningful and joyful, and be grateful for those around you. We are so blessed with the family that we have, that we can be there for each other. We feel for each other. There's always somebody a phone call away. And a lot of that shined through last week, abundantly. And so we are very thankful for that. And Shannon and I are not taking that lightly. And we're thankful for you guys and the prayers and the well wishes and all the support and offerings you guys have poured over Chad and his family. And we're just very fortunate, guys. So we appreciate you. Just kind of wanted to share you the conclusion of that story. But we got to go feed some goats and get some birds out.
Yeah, and I have to say, guys, we got to do a Wednesday walkabout out here soon because these colors are beautiful.
Oh yeah, you know what?
It is beautiful.
I'm gonna see my pretty lady. Yeah. I almost like coming back with the tractor and the box blade every so often in the fall.
Just to make your path?
Yeah. I didn't maybe go the whole way, but
it's okay.
Yeah. It's just so cool back here. Needless to say, fall is in full bloom.
Gorgeous.
And if you guys live anywhere where you experience all the seasons like this, you know this is going to pass very quickly.
Very quickly.
We try to keep our trips out on the trail frequent and soak it all in before they're all down.
Yep.
Hey, do you want to go look at the front of the trail?
Sure.
We never take them up there.
Yeah.
I haven't worked on that part, so you can't judge.
That's probably going to be an upcoming project because we're going to need some mental break time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for us, working on the trails is mental break time for us. So that's probably going to be something we need to just dedicate a few hours to work on.
I can totally get behind that. However many hours you want.
Okay.
And chainsaws.
All right.
We didn't make it very far in before we want to get off and just look at all the sights.
It's so pretty. Look at the orange and red.
It really is.
And really back here, we have some really tall trees that are in really good shape.
Some of them.
Well,
a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah. Look at that guy. It's huge. I want to come out and I want to clean all these little saplings and things that, you know, they're just combating for the sunlight and the water, and so they're not going to grow to be like that someday. But that would give that tree a little bit more of a healthy life. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys live in a place where you have to turn your clocks back and your clocks forward twice a year, daylight savings time. I think there's certain states that aren't doing it. I know there's countries that don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, we just had it, and Shannon and I knew it was coming a few days before, and then randomly woke up yesterday and we were like, why are the oh, we gotta change the
We had an extra hour of sleep.
So yeah, it's really weird, especially when you have animals, like they don't change their clocks. They don't. They expected things that when they normally would. Ours, you know, we kind of move it around a little bit so they're not always waiting on us. But it changes the sunlight even, obviously, what you're used to seeing at a specific time. I'm just complaining. I think that's what I'm doing.
Why are you complaining about that?
Because it's change. And
oh my gosh, Ralph.
Yeah, it's change. I gotta, you know, the brain has to retrain, and the older I get, the longer it takes. So I wake up and I'm like, it feels like, yeah. No, it's all right. You know, I don't know. We got an extra hour of sleep. Can't complain about that.
Yeah.
But it is gorgeous over here, and I really need to come bring the box blade and do some good work.
Yeah.
And after helping my uncle cut down those trees, and holy cow, I'm sore from that. I wanted to make him proud. So I did everything I could, man, and I was picking up things I shouldn't have. I got to get a trailer to take my tractor places like that, because I was doing some manual stuff that I'd forgotten how much work that is without a tractor. But I'm on fire for firewood now. Cutting things down, cleaning stuff up, push that guy down with the skid steer. I don't even know if the camera's really like showing how massive that tree is. I think I pushed a couple down over here. Oh, I was having fun with the skid steer that day. What are your aspirations for out here?
I want to make it to where we can go down the path without having to dodge and duck limbs. That's my ultimate goal.
I absolutely
because we can't come down this side without getting whacked in the face by tree limbs.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love all the colors out here. It's so pretty because there's so many different species of trees that you just don't even think about, but then once the seasons change, the colors change differently, and I think it's beautiful.
It is. I found something.
What'd you find?
Our Christmas tree. Look at that guy. he had some dead sticks that had fallen out of trees on him, so I had to clean them up, you know. It's kind of the Charlie Brown edition. You know, they don't all have to be like the ones you find at the store. Ooh, look at that one over there.
Hey, what if I just come out here and decorate a few of these with lights, with solar lights,
yeah.
and then they don't actually get cut down?
Oh yeah, I'm not cutting them down. No, there are Christmas trees that are growing on our farm.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are a little, you know, they've seen better days. And I found like 4 more animal dens out here. And what I'm looking for when I see that, you look for the dirt and the rock that they push out when they dig them. And then you can see some of the trails. You know, these leaves are obviously, I mean, they're being added to every day as they're falling out of the trees. And you can kind of see which ones are active, you know, based on which one have the leaves mushed down going on. They fascinate me. And I never know, like, are they gonna jump out? And most of them are nocturnal, so I don't know. Are they sleeping during the day? And I'm just sitting there like, oh, look at this hole. I don't know.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
It would be. It would be. You'd hear me make noises you've probably never heard before as I'm running away. You see those oaks right there?
Yeah.
It's almost hard to tell how tall these are back here because that ravine starts to go down. And so the trees further down the hill grow really tall to get up to the sunlight. Yeah, you just got to look up every so often, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
Well, I could hang out on these trails for hours and hours, but
I think your animals are pretty hungry.
we got some furry and some feathery friends that are waiting on us.
Yep.
All right, let's go see them.
Morning.
Hey, where my food at, Mom?
We're getting it.
Right,
This is Herc's food.
Like you're getting it actively right now, or you're pointing that silly camera thing at me?
Mr. Harry's doing pretty well. I can tell he's not putting on the weight as fast as he was, you know, because he was still a little bit thinner than Larry, but he is eating, he's drinking,
Yeah.
he's eating hay. He's getting more goaty. I think I told you he was being a little more lethargic, wasn't really running around, but he's doing a little bit better now, and I think we're seeing improvement every single day.
Whoa. Spruce. Hey. No. That's when you get called Sprucifer.
Come on, you know where to go. There we go. Keep going. So since everybody's recovered and we're not having to use this nursery over here, I know. But yeah, since this nursery is not being used to heal up Harry or heal up Herc, we've been able to move these feeders back in here instead of out there where we got to fight Luigi the moment he's done eating. He comes and runs them off. Plus, if there's any pregnant blue animosity between this big guy and her, sometimes he'll run her out while she's eating. We just don't need that, do we, buddy? She needs to eat like the rest of you.
So a big topic of discussion in our last video was that Larry kept pushing Harry out of the feeders. And yes, I saw it too, but I also know that Harry does get to eat. We keep plenty of hay out here for them. So anyway, we did go ahead and put another feeder in there, and trust me, they all still play musical bowls. It's what they do, but at least it gives them a little bit more of a chance to eat and not be pushed out of there.
Well, if I'm being honest, you know, the grain, you know, too much of that, especially in weathers, that can kind of cause some of those buildups, like what Batman ran into, and likely what little guy Harry ran into. So if he's not getting as much grain, that means he's going to eat more hay and more stuff
forage
down there. which is way better for his rumen and keeping things going and not building up any blockage, if you will. So
yeah,
you know, trust me guys, none of our goats, if you ever catch something on a video, it's just that's the clip you happen to see, none of these guys go hungry. None of them. I don't have
What
any
about
other way
this
to
guy?
express it. I'm hungry all the time, Mom. What the heck? They don't feed me. Call animal services. Get me out of here.
you don't want to go anywhere.
Oh no, I just want all the food.
You get a lot of the food.
Well, that's a good start. Stinker pot. I don't know why. It's the little things, but something about the Blues Crew knowing that we put her in there so they can have some peace, and Mama and the Mario brothers in there to keep peace. Like they patiently wait when they're done with their grain. They're like, all right, let us out when you're ready. Even this guy. I think Herc likes them all in jail.
Do you like him to be in jail?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Love me. Don't worry about them. Just leave them in there. They're doing 3 to 5
minutes.
Yeah. They're getting so big.
Oh, I know.
I'm calling the vet today to schedule their banding.
Okay.
It's time.
Okay.
They fear nothing, especially when Mama's with them.
I love it that all 3 of them have that white spot on their head.
Yep, and the black stripes, and
quite a crew.
I think little Mario's got you beat in the thickness department, Koopa. I'm wondering if Koopa's going to be a little bit shorter and longer like Mama, and he's going to be that more tall, broad like Mr. Mario.
Yeah.
How we doing, Hair Bear? See, we don't have the hunchback like we had. He's definitely taken a more normal stride when he's walking. I know this all sounds crazy, but tail staying up. You know, like I said, he'll go down there on that log when Blue and Larry are hanging out down there, and he'll now climb around a bit and graze, and you know, I really think he's on the path to a full recovery. You're not thinking about trying to get in there and eat some food with Herc, are you, buddy? We can't be doing that. Well, you know, a little bit awkward, but did just catch him poop. That's a great sign. I did just catch Harry taking a number 2.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me you caught him trying to eat Herc's food, and I was not going to be happy about that.
Oh, well, that's what I was watching for. Ouija. Tell him, Mama.
Should have seen him standing up and dancing.
Mom, hit me.
Tell her.
One of these days, he's going to stop whining and running. Okay.
What happened?
You can't feel sorry for him. I'm not 100% sure if this was caught on camera, but Mama was messing with him. So he whines and goes up here, flies out the window. Little Mario's standing here, and he just lands and smacks little Mario right up the spool.
Well, that wasn't very nice, was it?
Well, that's what his mom was doing to me, so I was like, hey, let me show you. My paybacks come in different forms, lady. I'm smart. Smart, huh? What are we doing?
What are you doing, Spruce?
Doing a little hoof scratching with his horn? You're a goober, dude. Goober. Look at those blue eyes, just like your mama. What's this mohawk about? Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Matches your little front fro. Yeah, I'm gonna start working on being able to touch your face now. Blue don't let us do it. It's a problem when you get ticks up there, huh? Yeah.
He's like, I'll just eat from the fence here.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. When you're getting hay for them, whatever you're holding the hay in or your hands, that's the hay they want. Then you put it in the feeder and they're like, yeah, thanks, whatever.
Oh, well, Mario, you going after it too? You guys are so silly.
What you think, Mama? And then the interrupter.
Mama grunts when she eats. It's a little bit funny.
It's cute.
She makes little sounds. Such a pretty girl. One of my favorite things out here is the massive trees that we have.
Yeah, yeah.
And they all have huge canopies. You know, we have some friends that have property and they have a lot of big, tall trees, but the canopies are not big. They're just little sticks. And oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, Herc was getting a little chase happy, so I made them their own little hay buffet.
That was cute though. He just had a whole wad of hay hanging out of his mouth.
Man, I'm telling you, if you hold their hay, or you bring the bucket over that their hay is in,
Every time.
that's the hay they want.
Yep,
They're
every
just like,
time.
ooh, that's got to be the best one.
Anyway, I absolutely love all the trees that we have out here. And that was one of the reasons that we chose this property, was because for one, we like the location, but for two, being in a city that basically all the trees were wiped out.
From the tornado.
From the tornado,
Yeah.
yeah. We didn't have any trees or anything like that. And so coming out here, it's just a breath of fresh air. And I absolutely love just looking at all of our huge giant trees.
Yeah, and
It
it's
brings a lot of
actually,
joy.
it's incredible, like the climate difference. You know,
Yeah.
if we're in town running errands or whatever, it just feels different. Or even whenever we were back there preparing
back.
Batman's site, like the moment we got out of the woods and between the two lines of wood, like you could feel it was colder,
It's
the wind was
windy.
coming through, and then you just drive right back into our trail. You don't make it 5 feet in, and it just smells different. It feels different. It looks way different. It's so cool.
It's incredible. It really is.
And it's this time of year, you know, seasonally, you've just got to enjoy each season and catch it all, and then prepare for the next one.
Yeah. Well, and I think that some of the things that we've been going through this last week have really opened our eyes to being grateful and knowing what our blessings are and taking it all in and enjoying and appreciating it, really.
Yeah. Well, and it took me a few years to really feel it, but I think that was probably the most emotional week, full of like finding true joy and being able to give back to my dad and my uncle and be there for Chad and Ray and them if
Yeah.
and when they need it. Speaking of which, if you saw his video where he told the story and laid it all out there, hopefully you had a box of tissues with you. But he did mention that Shannon and I and Matt, our younger brother, we were going to go out there yesterday, but with everything that had gone on, and I could only imagine how exhausted they were, we decided to go ahead and just postpone it, let them kind of rest and you know, figure out what the path moving forward looks like, and then we'll go see them when they're ready.
Oh, yeah. No rush. We have all the time. No,
That's
but
right.
you don't need to dig your holes like right in the middle of where we walk.
It is kind of weird, like where you pick. You know how you have some of those holes that are like in the corners of the pen or down there by the logs in Goatville? Those are okay. Right here in the middle of the pen where we all break our ankles, I don't love that.
His horns are like stuck in your shirt.
Is that what it is? I know, buddy. I know it. I tell you what, our neighbor Stan, who has helped us out many a time out here, been a wonderful neighbor and friend. He put decades into some farming, and one point that he made is like when life gets tough, things get rough, you have a certain day or something out of your control, when you come down here with these animals, and specifically like these animals, you know, they're a little bit petty, more than farmy. There's just a sense of peace when they're being good.
Oh, absolutely.
That it brings, or even when they're being a little bad, you know, you can kind of control the situation a little more, and they all fight for your attention. I don't know.
They don't know anything but to love.
That's true.
You
Love
know?
and eat and sleep
Yeah.
and learn, you know. The little ones are constantly learning, but I'm going to learn that I'm going to have holes in this shirt now.
Yeah, you are.
What are you doing, little guy? You're getting after it. You're getting after it.
Well, guys, we just want to say thank you so much for all of your prayers, thoughts, concerns, everything that went out for our family this week. It's so appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support. I know there have been comments on our last video, all over Chad's video. I think there was over 6,000 people in the premiere, and just a lot of uplifting support. And it's very meaningful because it's really easy to troll or, you know, say silly things that are just not necessary. So thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you for coming on this journey with us, supporting us. It's one big happy family.
Yeah.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Were you waiting on me to say that? And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Coop is learning from sprucers.
All right, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Okay, how'd he get his butt on there, Mom?
Don't do what Spruce does, honey.